right, guys, so tonight's class, we are dealing with a blood full moon, which is the lunar eclipse, of course. We're also in the month of November, means that the name of the full moon is the beaver moon. So thinking lots of outdoorsy things, lots of grounding, working through our root chakras tonight and through our heart chakras for the red heart openers. So those are the two things we're going to feel a lot of tonight. Just keep in mind that when the full moon energy comes around, it's very common, very normal. If you start to feel emotional, let those emotions come out now, okay? This is the perfect place to let that all flow out of you. Also, this is the end of the lunar cycle, right? So it's a great time we don't want to have new ideas right now. We don't want to start anything new. We want to finish what we planned 2 weeks ago. So as you come through this full moon, think of things that are ready to be released from you, whether that's emotional or physical or people in your life. Hopefully it doesn't mean me. Don't release me from your life. But just some things to think about as we work through our poses in our class tonight. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our legs crossed, and I will start a playlist. Try to drown out the other music. Go ahead and close your eyes and get comfortable. Adjusting your legs as you need. Maybe sitting cross-legged is not comfortable, and if that's your choice, you can certainly bring legs out in front. You can come to half lotus, tucking one heel into one hip crease, or you can come to full lotus, tucking both heels into both hip creases. Whatever feels good. If this is too much for you, then release. I don't want you to be uncomfortable as we start class. I don't want you to be uncomfortable throughout the class at all. So pushing yourselves only as far as your body feels ready to be pushed tonight. Close your eyes. Feel this nice cool breeze. It's a little bit chilly, but it's refreshing, and we're outside, and we're lucky to be here with the sound of the waves. Start to relax and slow your breath. Slowly open up your eyes. Roll the shoulders down and back with a nice, really big roll, loosening of any tension in the shoulders or at the back. If you came into full lotus or half lotus, let's uncross those legs, or keep legs crossed but come into an easy seated position so you're comfortable here. We're going to take the right hand down by the ground beside us, take that left arm up and over and reach overhead for a nice big deep side body stretch, making sure we're not turning the body forward. We want to open up that heart so you're actually actively pushing that left shoulder back. Try to take your gaze up under the arm and then reach a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center, switching sides. Other arm comes overhead. Open up through the chest. Inhale back to center. This time taking both hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers and open up that chest. Go ahead and drop the head back. Try to release the tension in the shoulders. Make sure you're not shrugging. Try to relax in this position. And then take a really big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, bringing those arms up overhead with you. Slowly start to roll back on up. One vertebrae at a time, the head and the neck being the last to come all the way back up. Hands come to the knees, palms face down. Here we're going to just very slowly shake our head, yes. So we go up and down, gently stretching the neck, which is why we're going very slow. And coming back to a nice neutral center, we'll take the head side to side. Saying slowly no with the head. Really making an effort to push that chin back a little bit further towards the shoulder as much as you can to get a nice big stretch through the neck. And coming back to center, we're going to take a nice big circle with the neck. Really want to warm up through the spine before we get into any big twists. One more in this direction. And then we change direction. Take your time, go nice and slow, easing into our practice. And one more here. If your neck is cracking, that's okay. It's perfectly normal. Surprised you guys can't hear mine through the microphone. All right, so let's go ahead and uncross the legs, taking the feet out straight. And we're gonna inhale, the arms come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for the shins or the toes. If that's too deep, remember you can always put your hands down on the ground beside you. You don't need to go as far forward. That's okay. From here, we're going to slowly roll up through the spine. We're going to take the right heel into the left hip crease. So it's like a seated figure 4 position here. And we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale forward fold with a nice flat back, making room for that leg, making room for the organs. And as you get down here, try to imagine, we want to not be curved down. Think about opening up the chest, opening up the heart. So you're really pulling yourself open and forward. A little bit different than trying to get down as low as we can. And then slowly start to roll on up. We're going to take one elbow around the knee, the other elbow comes around the foot, the heel, or the bottom of the foot. And you're going to cradle that leg like a little baby. And don't lean back, we want to sit up nice and tall here. So instead of rocking back, push yourself to stay up tall. Feel free to sway a little side to side. We're waking up the lower part of our spine, stretching through our right glute. Great job. From here, as we release, we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Extend the foot out straight. Bring the right arm behind. Inhale, wrap the right hand around the front, grabbing the bottom of the outside of the foot. Both hands now grabbing, and stretch that foot a little bit further. Perfectly okay if the leg's not straight. It's what we're going for, right? It's a practice. It's what we practice towards. You should feel a really big stretch down the back of that leg. And slowly lower that leg right on down. Extend the leg out. Wiggle those legs a little bit. Bet you're already feeling a little bit warmer, right? Maybe teeny bit. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Remembering to keep shining your chest open, right? So imagine lifting the chest while you're in a forward fold. It's a little bit different. And then slowly roll it on up, one vertebrae at a time, taking the left ankle to the right thigh. From here, we're going to inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for the right foot or shin. Slowly come back on up to seated. And here we're going to wrap one elbow around the bottom of the foot, the other elbow comes around the knee. Try to interlace the fingers in the front and cradle that leg like a baby. Sitting up nice and tall. And we can rock side to side if that feels good. You might find a deeper stretch feeling when you're starting to rock a little bit. That's good. And then hold back and center. As we release the leg, we're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Straighten that leg out and sweep the left arm around and back for the twist. Inhale back to center. Bring that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Both hands on the foot. Straighten it out as best as you can. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just make sure you're pushing there. And we don't want to be leaning back here. We want to sit up nice and tall. Focus on the stretch running through the back of the leg. And then slowly lower that leg on down. Great job, guys. Wiggle those legs out. All right. We are ready to take it to standing. We had to get that blood moving in our legs first. So come on up to standing position. And we're going to start actually facing straight ahead forward. Feet are going to be nice and wide. We're going to take it through a little series using some goddess poses and some lunges. So inhale, the arms come all the way up. Bringing the hands together at the top. Toes are faced out at an angle. We're going to lower down to goddess pose here. Making sure that our feet are far enough apart that the knees are not pushing past the toes or ankles. You guys look good. If you're feeling any weakness in the knee at all, step the feet a little further apart. And then sink a little bit lower. Hold. Open up the chest. Push the shoulders back. Push the palms together, engaging those hands. Nice work. Hold here. We're going to inhale, straighten on up. Turn the toes forward, one at a time here. Hinging at the hips, we're going to take it down to a forward fold, a wide leg forward fold, really slow. Once you get further down, you can release the hands and use the fingers for more balance. Or if you just want to hold yourself up a little bit less folded, that's fine. Another option is to grab opposite elbows and let the torso hang, letting gravity do the stretch for you. Inhale to a nice flat back, take it on up. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to turn the right toes facing forward, facing ahead, and the other hands are going to come on the other side of the right foot. So we keep the left toes facing one way, right toes facing the other, perpendicular here. Leaning over that front leg in pyramid pose, you're going to turn that back foot forward about 45 degrees. A little bit of an angle there. Still stretching here. We will come back to this. However, we're going to turn the back toes and we're going to bend the front leg coming into a high lunge, runner's lunge here. Good. Hang out here for just a moment. Activate that back leg. So really push through. You're pulling that leg up and away from the ground. Great job. We're going to take it back to pyramid pose. So we drop the heel, we straighten the front leg. This time we're going to bend the front leg, we're going to twist the toe coming into high lunge, but instead of runner's lunge, we release the ground, bring the arms on up. Take your gaze up through the hands. Exhale, hands come down. Drop the heel, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Maybe finding yourself sinking just a little bit deeper in that pyramid pose each time. I said maybe. Last time, we're going to bend that front leg, turn the back toes. This time, drop the back knee as well. And then release the toes so that the top of the foot is resting. We come into crescent lunge, arms come up. Maybe taking a slight little back bend here if that feels okay. Exhale, hands come down. we tuck those toes. Straighten the back leg, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Hang here for just a moment. And then slowly start to walk the hands center, turning both toes forward. Wide leg forward fold here. Slowly roll it on up. Inhale, arms come all the way up to the top. Hands come together. Turn the toes out at an angle. Heels stay in the same place. Sink back down, goddess pose. Nice work, guys. Hang here. You guys look too cool not to get a picture. You have to hold. Here, does that make you feel better? We're going to inhale, straighten back on up. We're going to turn the back toe forward, or the right toe forward, and we're going to come over to a pyramid pose on this side, on the left side this time. So we forward fold here. And just let that stretch through the back of the left leg, warm up a little bit. Notice where you are now. Maybe as we do this series, you might get a little bit deeper, folding down over that leg. From here, turn the back toes, bend the front knee. We come into a runner's lunge. So reposition the feet as needed. If you need to step up further or closer together, using your fingers for assistance here. But straightening through that back leg, pulling that back leg up. So we're really active lifting it. We're not just hanging out here. Inhale, drop the heels, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Turn that back heel, bend that front knee. This time we come all the way up for full high lunge, taking the gaze up. Hold here, continue to breathe, don't forget that part. Exhale, hands come down. Straighten the front leg, turn that back heel back, pyramid pose. And turning the toes one more time, lifting the heel, bend through that front leg, drop the back knee, release the toes, rest the top of the foot. Come on up, crescent lunge, maybe taking it to a little back bend. A little micro back bend here. Release the shoulders, don't shrug the shoulders up by the ears. Exhale down. We're going to activate the toes, drop the back heel, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose, last time here, at least in this flow. We may come back. And from here, we're going to turn both toes forward, walking the hands back to center, wide leg forward fold. Hang out here for just a moment. Slowly inhale, coming all the way up. Arms come up, hands come together. Turn the toes out at an angle, so we bring the heels in. We lower down, goddess pose. Nice work, guys. Hang out here for just a moment. Remember to open up the chest here, so we don't want to curl forward. We want to keep it nice and open. We're pushing down through all four corners of our feet, so use those heels for now. You can stay right here, or you can take it up for an additional challenge. You can try lifting one heel, lifting the other heel, or lifting both heels. Keep the chest open. Exhale, lower the heels, straighten the legs. Nice work. Go ahead and walk those toes in all the way to the beginning, all the way to center. Maybe march the legs out if you feel. Legs are warmed up, right? Inhale, arms come all the way up. Watch watch the lights. Bringing the hands together at the top. We're going to interlace the fingers. We have index fingers pointing. And we're going to hold here. And maybe just take a little bend here if that feels okay. If the bend is too much, then just stay standing really tall. Reaching fingers towards the sky, but also not shrugging the shoulders, if that makes sense. So reach, but lower. Long but short. Reach here, pull that core in. As you exhale, take it over to the side. As you take it over to the side, keep the shoulders facing forward. So we're not twisting, we're just bending. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold other side. Think about stretching through that whole side body. And back up. Hang out here for just a moment, keeping the arms lifted. I really want you to focus on the feet here. So think about grounding through, growing some roots through the bottom of your feet, going straight through the ground, making you nice and strong. This time as we bend, maybe we bend a little bit further to the side, because now we've got our roots in there, right? Hold here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale back to center. Last time here, we can take a little micro back bend if that feels okay. Reaching back. And inhale back to center. Release the arms. Ooh, a little upper body work there. Palms face forward. Roll those shoulders down and back. Really release any tension in the shoulders that we built up there. And let's remain grounding through our feet. Take a moment to close your eyes. And rest here in this pose. Slow breath. To bring the right knee up and grab for the right knee. So we're going to try to do some balances, but the wind's pretty strong out here. So listen, if we all fall, we fall together, right? It'll be a domino effect. Holding, you can stay right here on just the knee. You're grounding through the left foot. Also maybe soften that left knee. It doesn't have to be completely locked. Actually, it should not be locked. You can stay right here, or you can drop that right foot if you need to. If you want to take it up a notch, you're going to reach for the big toe. Here comes the challenge. Extend the right leg out. And then slowly, gracefully, right? Lower back down. Nice work, you guys. That was good. Drop it back down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up. As we exhale, we're going to lift the left knee, bring the arms around to hug the left knee in. You want to make sure you're not standing in between the bricks. That's just your excuse, right? Because I was on an uneven brick. Hug that knee in. You're pushing down through that right foot, grounding through all the four corners of the foot. Or two corners, really, of one foot. The back, the front. You're pushing it all the way in. Hang out here, or you can drop the left knee. Or if you want to try the challenge, you're going to reach for the big toe, extend the leg out to the side. Release it in. Slowly, that's the hardest part. Exhale down. Nice work. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, coming to the back of our mats. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands out, coming into down dog. We're gonna pedal those feet out just a little bit here. Warming up those legs a few more times. And then pushing both heels down towards the ground. Push away from the ground with your fingertips and your palms. Push the hips up towards the sky. Your gaze is between the back legs. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. All the way through for cobra. Keeping those elbows bent, glued right by your sides. Tuck those toes, push those hips back up towards the sky, down dog. Inhale, right toes rise. Keeping that knee facing forward, so we don't want to turn the hip out, we want to stay forward. We're going to bring that knee up under, knee to nose, hold. Exhale on the hold. Inhale, reach that leg back. Three-legged dog here. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale back. This time as we exhale forward, we're going to step the foot through the hands, coming right in the middle, then planting the back foot. We come on up for warrior one. So our hips and our shoulders should be facing straight ahead, forward here. Exhale, hands to heart. Sink a little bit lower maybe. On your next exhale, we're going to take the right hand, bring it onto the right upper thigh, lift that left arm overhead. And exhale, sweeping both arms up, adjusting the feet so that the heel is in line with the arch, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down, either side of the foot. Turn the back toes forward, the back heel lifts. Good. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Down dog. Good little flow here. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. All the way through for cobra. Or up dog if you prefer. Either way. Breathe, release those shoulders. Nice work, you guys. Tuck the heel, or tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Breathe here. Inhale, left toes rise. From here, we exhale, pull that knee towards the nose, hold. Push it back, lift the leg. Back. In. And back. Last one, we're going to step that foot forward through the hands, planting it right in the middle. Plant the back heel. Come on up. Warrior one. Hips and shoulders facing forward. Exhale, hands to heart. Open up that chest, roll those shoulders down and back, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Pushing those feet into the mat. On your next exhale, take the left arm to the left knee, sweep that right arm up overhead, extended side angle. Inhale, coming on up. Both arms come side by side or stretched out to the side. Adjust the feet so that the front heel is in line with the back arch. Sink on down for warrior two. Cartwheel those hands down around either side of the front foot. Lift the back heel, step the left foot back to meet the right, coming into down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 2 cobra. From here, we're gonna push the hips back, take the knees wide, bring it to child's pose. Nice job, you guys. Good flow. Hang here for just a few breaths. From here, we're going to take it up to all fours. So finding a nice, even, flat spot for our back. We stack the shoulders over the wrists, and we stack the hips over the knees. We want to make sure that we pull the belly button in so we have a nice, strong spine. We don't want our back to sink while we're doing these moves. We want to pull everything in. And from here, we're just going to do a couple of stretches for our wrists. So you're going to take your right hand first, and you're going to turn the fingers back towards yourself. Feels a little bit awkward at first. You're going to feel a stretch down the front of what is now the front of that arm. If we have any bowlers in the house, you should know this stretch. So this might feel good for you, and you might want to stay right here. Perfectly fine. If you want to try taking it just a teeny bit deeper, I want you to sink back in the hips just an inch or so. You'll feel it right away. If that's too much, go right back. And then shift forward, bringing it back, shoulders over the wrists, and releasing that hand. Maybe take the top of the hand towards the ground now. Similar thing, we're gonna just stretch through the opposite side of that arm. Now you're feeling it right down the length of the arm. Use your left hand for your weight if you have any wrist issues. We don't wanna push too heavily on the wrist. We just are going for the stretch here. Let the rest of the body take on the weight. Same thing, if you wanna stay here, stay here. If you wanna push the hips back just an inch, you'll feel a deeper stretch. If that's uncomfortable, then come back to center. And release, coming forward, release the wrist. Shake that wrist out just a little bit here before we put it back down. Good job. Everyone feel okay there? These are muscles that we don't often take the time to stretch, so they're a little bit more sensitive. Perfectly normal there if you're feeling felt like that was a little bit harder. All right, let's do the other side. You're going to circle the wrist so that the fingers come back and are reaching towards the body. Hang out here. Remember to pull your core in so we're not arching the back. And then there's an option to sink a little bit deeper into that stretch. You'll probably find one arm is much weaker or harder to stretch than the other, since we are usually very one hand or the other dominant. Any of those muscles work a little bit harder. They're a little bit weaker on one side than the other. And then release, come on back to center. Taking that hand, now we're going to take the top of that hand towards the floor, towards your mat, and then remember to shift your weight so we're not putting any injury on that wrist, too much weight on that wrist, but we balance the weight through the rest of our body and just find that stretch through the back of the arm there. Good, hang here. An option to sink those hips back an inch or so. Back to neutral, releasing that wrist slowly, and shake that hand out. Give it a few moments there. Good work, you guys. So now let's find our center balance. We want to find a nice neutral position, and we're going to extend the right leg out behind, pointing the toes really long, and then extend the left arm out on the other side, reaching the fingertips opposite direction. Find the stretch. So we want those fingers to be pulling away from the toes, toes to be pulling away from the fingers. Your gaze should be right down towards your mat. So we have a nice neutral neck. From here, we're gonna sweep that left hand around the back, looking for the top of the right foot. If we find it, push the foot into the hand to open up through the hip. Lots of core work here, lots of balance. Slowly release. From here, we're gonna take the right leg in front of the left. We stack the knees and we come into cow facing. Wasn't that fun? You're all like, what? We'll do it on the other side. You'll get another chance, don't worry. There you go. You got it. See? You do it. Grabbing opposite ankles here or shins. Doesn't matter if your ankles are close to your body or farther out. You just want to make sure that they're parallel. Sit up nice and tall here. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. At least I got some laughter out of you guys today. What? Say what again? Slowly roll it on up. Come on back to all fours, sweeping the legs behind. We come back. Find your nice neutral position so that your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked, your knees are comfortable. From here, we're going to extend the left leg out long. Point those toes, lifting the leg, and then find your center balance and lift the right arm up. Opposite direction, gazing right down towards your mat. Imagine your arm, your torso, and your leg, your lifted leg, all being in one straight line. Hang here, pull that core in for a nice, strong spine. And then sweeping that right arm around the back, looking for the top of the left foot. If you find it, push that foot into the hand to lift up through the hip. Here comes the fun part. Slowly release. Are we ready to try this? We take the left leg, we bring it in front of the right, and we cross the legs and we sit back, cow facing. There you go. It's kind of making sense now, right? I'll give you that one to practice. From here, let's make sure the ankles are aligned. Big inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly roll it on up. Nice work. We can release the cow facing and just come to a comfortably seated position. So easy seated here. Can't see if the moon's out yet. Oh, man. Ooh, stand up, y'all. Founded it.
Nice call. Looks like flabby. Kind of an optical illusion right there.
That is stunning. That deserves a quick little break. Wow, look at that moon, you guys. And the pictures won't even do it justice. We'll get more after, but I wanted you guys to see it coming up like that. That is really cool. Oh man, if we could have had this view with the bonfire. All right, guys, we're finishing up now. We are nearing the end. We'll get to go down to the beach for more pictures if you'd like in a moment. Let's finish a couple more stretches here. I'm glad I looked when I did. Isn't that gorgeous? And the color of it matching our practice perfectly. All right, so we're gonna start easy seated position here. Let's take the arms all the way up overhead and we're gonna twist over to the right side. So the left hand comes to the right knee, big twist, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale back to center, arms come up, and we twist to the other side. Inhale back to center. We're going to take a cross-legged forward fold. So from here, we're just going to reach the arms forward. Making sure we're leaving some room. Our belly is still strong. We're pulling in through the core. We're not just slouching over the legs, right? We want to be active here. From here, walk the hands over to the right. Feel a nice big stretch through the side body, pushing the sits bones down into your mat, feeling grounded even as we sit. Walk the hands back to center, hold here, nice little pause. And walk the hands over to the left. Stretching as far as you can that way. Walking the hands back to center. And then walk the hands all the way on back. Taking the legs out straight in front. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for those shins or toes or feet or ground. Maybe noticing if our spine is woken up a bit more. Maybe we can get a little bit closer this time. Still shining our chest forward. So we're not rounding down. We're nice and lifted through the heart. We have time for one more challenging pose if you guys are up for it. I'll take your silence as a yes. Roll on up. So from here, guys, we're going to bring the feet in. We're going to go for peace fingers around each big toe. And if you can, if you'd like to try, you're going to rock slightly back to find your balance, and then extending the legs out straight, try to open on up. You want to lift the chest up through the legs, so don't round back. Keep the back nice and straight and flat. Pull those legs wide. Your chest and your heart is shining right up towards the sky. Hold here, but continue to breathe. And then slowly bring the legs in, still lifted. Ooh, there's a challenge. Release the feet. Coming into boat pose. Hold here. Slowly lower everything down. From here, lower down. All the way down to the ground. Your head and neck come last. Hug those knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Exhale, release the legs down. Let the legs fall out to the side and the palms, your hands come down by your sides, palms facing up. Relax into the mat here. Time to release those ponytails, or maybe throw a blanket on or a sweatshirt if you brought an extra one, and really get warm and cozy in this cool breeze. Appreciating your body for the practice it just took you through. Take these last few moments to clear your mind, breathe deep, and release anything left behind, anything you need to get rid of. You leave it here. Leave it at this practice. I'll be coming around with some essential oils. It's a chamomile lavender spray tonight. If you prefer none, please place one hand on your heart so I know to choose you.
When you looked in the water and saw your reflection, the embers, they drew out a map and they showed you direction. Your sender is far in the east, where your heart is at peace when you enter. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. Well, help me recall that first morning, sunlight at dawn, and cracks on the floor, well, it served as a warning. Everything's changing, all rearranging. So familiar, so amazing. Hopped in the car, drove through the mountains, cows in the street, prayer beads you were counting. There was the river, eternal giver, flowing forever. Remember, find your center. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. When you've lost your way, colors start to fade. Take a look within, find your offering. Hold it to the sun, let your spirit run. Remember, remember, find your center. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder.
Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, finding the warmth back in your hands and feet. Open up your eyes and roll on over to your right side. Take a few nice deep breaths there. And once you feel ready from here, you can come on up to a comfortably seated position. Take your time getting here. Continue with some nice deep breaths. Even though we're coming back to normal breathing, we still want that relaxation. We want to leave with that. Inhale, bringing the arms all the way up overhead, reaching long for the sky. Bring the hands together and bring those prayer hands down to your heart center. Touching the thumb to your chest. Close your eyes as we wind down our practice. Appreciating your bodies for bringing you through this practice. Even though it's a cool night, your muscles kept you nice and warm and moving, and you should feel very proud of yourselves and grateful for that. I am grateful for each of you that came. I'm grateful for this beautiful red moon that we've got shining in the sky, and also for the weather holding out, that we could at least hold this class outside and brave the cold with all of you. Have a fabulous rest of your night, guys. Namaste.